Hello everyone, welcome to another episode from Chedexcel. Today, this is the very first video. What you are going to learn about is Chedexcel Chemistry International Advanced Level AS First Unit Chapter 1. The very first part. What are atoms, ions and molecules? This is the basic part you should remember when you are applying the knowledge of chemical calculation, because it's a very common thing they ask. So we'll see very quickly what are the differences of those few terms. So let's start with atom. So what is atom? Atom is the basic building block of any substance. Sometimes we say a cell is the simplest building block of any substance, but cells are also made of different atoms. So atom is the simplest substance. We have electrons, protons and neutrons, which are commonly called them as subatomic particles, but still atom is commonly called as the simplest building block. Now there are different types of atoms. We commonly call them as elements. So sodium element is made of sodium atoms. Calcium element is made of calcium atoms, like that. So if you just take quick example, magnesium hydroxide, MgOH2. So if someone asks how many atoms are there, how many atoms? The answer is there are total 5 atoms. Why? We have 2 hydrogen, 2 oxygen and 1 magnesium. So total 5 atoms are there. Then how many different elements? Then the answer is 3. Why? We have 1 magnesium, oxygen and hydrogen. So there are 3 elements, but we have total 5 atoms. Another one, let's say calcium nitrate, CaNO3 twice. How many atoms? We have 1 calcium, 2 nitrogen and 6 oxygen. So 1 calcium, 2 nitrogen and 6 oxygen. Total 9 atoms are there. Then how many different elements there? How many different elements? We have calcium, nitrogen and oxygen. Again we have 3 different elements. So that's the basic idea about atoms. Atoms and elements are all the same, but depending on the number it changes, right? So that is the idea of atoms. Okay, so let's move to the next part. Okay, let's say next one I'm going to talk about is ions. Ions are made by removing and gaining electrons. When electrons are removed, they make cations. Cations are positive charge. So how can you can easily remember cation is positive, because when you write cations, see, we write the positive ion. We write the positive charge here in the middle, cation. So in the middle is positive. So cations are positive, anions are negative. So if you take the same example, magnesium hydroxide, how many cations? We have 1 cation. Why? Magnesium is only cation. Then how many anions? Anions means negative ions. 2 negative ions. Only 1 type, that is hydroxide, but we have 2 OH ions. So we have 2 hydroxides. So that is the idea. So ions are made of removing and gaining electrons. Another one, KCl, MgCl2, 6H2O. We commonly call it as carnallite. So in this cations, we have 1 potassium and 1 magnesium. So 2 cations, potassium and magnesium. What about the anions? We have 3 anions, all of them are chloride. You have 1 anion here and 2 here. Water is not an anion or a cation, it's just a molecule. So ions are like that. Okay, So that's we learn about what are atoms and what are ions. So let's move to the next part. Next one is compound. So what are compound? Compound is made of one or more different types of elements. When they are chemically bonded, you get compounds. So magnesium hydroxide is a compound. CCl4 is a compound. Carbon dioxide is a compound. Ammonia is a compound. Two or more different elements. This is a very common one. It's very easy, right? So compounds are just made of two or more different elements, right? Next one, it's a very important one. What is a molecule? Now molecule is made of, the first requirement to be a molecule is it should have more than one atom. That atom can be the same type or the different types. So molecule is made of one or more different types of atoms. But the molecule should not have metals. Normally molecules doesn't have metal. And normally the molecule doesn't have positive or negative ion. So molecule is made of non-metals mostly, but more than one atom should be there. So molecule should have more than one atoms. Second one is no positive or negative charges. Molecule should not have them. For example, if you take these stuff, chlorine, bromine, iodine, oxygen, these are molecules as well as elements because they are made of similar atoms. Then what about these stuff? Ammonia, carbon dioxide, H2O, CCl4. These are molecules as well as compounds. Then what about these? Sodium chloride, calcium sulfate, ammonium nitrate, these stuff. Even though ammonium nitrate is made of non-metal, we can't say it's a molecule because it has ions. These are compounds but not molecules, right? So those are the basic idea. So to be a molecule, you should have positive ion, so you should have more than one atom, and you should not have positive or negative ions. So that basic idea of atom, ion, compound and molecules is really important when we do chemical calculations, and we'll see in the next video how we can use the concept of molar mass and concept of mole to find out the values of the numbers of atoms, molecules and ions. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video.